Hello tennis guys and welcome to my channel. So these are my first thoughts on hitting with the Wilson Ultra V4, Wilson Shift 300 and the Dunlop FX500 Tour. So I've had a great session. 1.5 hours with 3 rackets, with these 3 fantastic rackets. I can say that without any, without any hesitation. And I tested these 3 rackets during a warm-up, let's say 30-minute warm-up, and then I played with these rackets couple of games, actually quite a lot of games in that 1 hour session. And I was changing these rackets constantly, and I never felt that during changing between these 3 rackets, I didn't had any worries. And I was able to produce constantly the same quality of tennis. That's the same quality, just maybe a little bit somehow adjusting to each of the rackets, let's say the tactics and the game plan. And that is exactly what you should do when you want to buy a new tennis racket. So I've been talking about how there are too many rackets on the market. Yes, crazy amount of rackets. But if you are thorough, if you reduce the number of rackets, let's say on these 3 rackets, for example, you can easily put away all the other tens or hundreds rackets, because you already made a reduction, let's say. And when you reduce to these, let's say 3 rackets, then it is quite easy to pick any one of these. And you will be happy. You will be happy. I would say you will be happy no matter of the racket you choose. Now, what is important when you are choosing a new racket? I would say it's the balance between comfort, feel, and I would say the maneuverability. I'm not the one who is, let's say, really chasing, let's say, power, spin potential, precision, because that is a very subjective way. So the most important thing is actually really the comfort, the feel, and the maneuverability, how you can maneuver with the racket, because that translates then into the other features. If you can maneuver with the racket well, you can also probably produce a really good spin. If the racket has a good comfort, you can play with the racket all day long. You can play singles, doubles in one day, 2 matches in one day, 3-hour matches, hard matches, and so on, because your arm will handle it. And then there is the feel. Of course, you need to feel the racket. You need to be connected to the racket. And these are probably the 3 things. Now back to the 3 rackets I've tested. Everyone is a little bit different in each of these specs or features, let's say. And it was really interesting when I was hitting with the rackets that every time I changed the rackets, it was actually after 2 games, always after 2 games, after the serve and return. I was somehow looking forward to that change. I was like, oh, now I play with the Ultra. Yeah, great. More power. Then I switched to the shift, and there was the sensation of the shift that you cannot miss. Then I switched to the Dunlop, and there was the, let's say, more precision, more overall control, somehow more, let's say, also a kind of power, but the power that is not easy to, let's say, generate, but you need to generate it yourself. And when you generate it, when you are good enough, then the racket will respond to that very well, and it will translate into the precision and control. So every of these three rackets have great features, and I can't really complain, let's say, about anything. So guys, these were just my initial impressions, but stay tuned for more. I have footage actually from two cameras now, in the front camera and the back camera, and I will try to make, maybe, I'm not sure, I will need to decide, a separate video for every of the rackets. But for sure also I will make a comparison video for all the three rackets, because I found it so interesting. It was really interesting because I don't usually do this. I play with one racket, let's say one session with one racket, then with another. And now when I was really able to switch also during the match, and I played constantly well with all three rackets, then I can say, yeah, they are all three rackets are great. They offer, I would say, exactly what they are described for. So that's great. I'm really pleased with this test, and I'm really looking forward to hitting more with these three great rackets. So guys, thank you for watching. And as always, enjoy tennis, play tennis every time, every day, and don't forget to enjoy the maneuverability. Bye guys.